Yeah, see, what did I say, huh? Guy trying to pick a fight with a Hyundai iX35. I knew that without even having to look at the car. Oh, no, he's still hacked. Nah, I think he's had enough. Good evening, everybody. I hope we're all good. And yes, welcome all of you back to Newcastle on a Friday night. It is actually a Black Friday night, believe it or not. And it's good to see the lights up and stuff like that. It's good that after 2 weeks since I last did this, I thought it would be a pretty cool idea to just come back to the city centre and have another little look around. So let's get to it. Big market, here we come. Right, so here we are back at our little bench, and with the Hooters literally right behind us, physically and literally. A little bit of an update, I suppose, for those who maybe didn't have the benefit of checking us out the first night. We decided to do these sort of like nighttime audits. Can you call these audits? I don't really think you can, but oh well, it's just how it is. So, over the last 2 weeks, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, I took up sobriety. And honestly, for the first 2 weeks, there have been little problems here and there, but to be honest, they've been sort of problems of a slightly different sort of nature. Sometimes just life was just a bit tough for the last 2 weeks. But I didn't it wasn't those sort of moments that made me want to give the urge to drink. Sometimes it was like that. Other times it was just sort of just issues regarding just trying to keep everything together. Because sometimes it's not very easy and stuff like that. Hello. It's not easy sometimes to just keep everything together. But you know what? Quite a lot of what has been holding me up and stuff like that is the admiration, the love, the respect, and the mutual understanding. The mutual understanding and respect between other persons and stuff like that. So that's just one way of just keeping things together. And you know what? I'm certainly grateful for that. Also, it's because life is just incredibly busy anyway, so having to make do and just getting on with it is just sort of the way it has to be. You can't really think of anything different. You may have also caught on to some things I have said about, you know, that there's like two types of people in life. There are those that can't or won't, and then there are those that can and do. And sort of what I'm trying to do is fall into the latter camp of can and do. And you gotta make do with whatever you can and whatever you got. And you know what I mean? It's just you gotta do. So I was half in the mind of just sort of like taking a little walk around and just seeing what it's all about, and just to see exactly what goes on, because I'm sure Big Market is going to get busier like later at night and whatnot. But depending how long we stay here, it's just is it a matter of time? Is it a matter of when, not if? We'll certainly wait and see. But yeah, for what it's worth. Yes, everyone. Big Market in all its 735 glory. Don't know what else I was expecting from, but there we are. And let me just turn the camera around for you guys. What's up?
Video in.
Hi. Hello.
Oh my God! Stop it! Hey man.
Go on, say hello. Say hello.
Hello. Where you from?
Round here.
Round here.
Pontyland.
I'm from here.
Nice.
Wow.
Worst uni in the world, but great people, great crack. Right, sir? Anyway, nice to see you. Good luck being for Northumbria and all that. See, what did I tell you? You never know who you're going to run into and stuff like that. 1 minute, you literally... mind you, I've lived in this city long enough to get to know people, and it's always going to be a bit of a wild ride anyway. Right, let's keep rolling. Tell you what we'll do. I thought I was going to like head sort of like back into Eldon Square, but I'll tell you what we'll do instead. Let's have a little walk around Stowell Street, and then we can sort of like walk back and then make our way up to St. James's. St. James's even at this time of night is fantastic to the eyes. So let's take a walk, shall we? course, I used to walk like up and down these streets and all that for nearly a year and a half. Fantastic spectacle, to say the least. Hello. Ooh, hello. Yeah, so in case you didn't know, Style Street, it's kind of it's basically Chinatown, as they call it around here. Hello. Yes. Hello. Old Frozen Crowes, old Newcastle Arms. Yeah, whiff of that. Right, here we go. Hello. Deli sandwich. And of course, Chinatown Express, also just round the corner. There she is. Nice little gaff, that, innit? Just dead convenient and all that.
You live local?
Yeah, Ponteland. Well, convenient if you want Chinese food, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, lots of Chinese people in there is always a good sign.
Oh, indeed.
So that's why we went in.
Very, very industrious.
Oh, lovely, lovely place.
Can't fault them.
Oh, really good.
Gamble like maniacs, but tremendous workers. You can see why. Anyway, enjoy Scran. And of course, Rosie's Bar is under construction, but it is packed to the rafters. Right, off we go. We can sort of go through to St. James's Fire another way. Of course, Style Street is absolutely packed all over with dozens of Chinese restaurants, and the trade has never been busier. Hello. See, I mean, seriously, look, you got Red Fire, Melissa. I think I went to one of these when I passed me theory test so many years ago. About 3 years ago, I think. Packed. And it's also must be really, really competitive because the business around here is just... Okay, so I just had a little chat with an old co-worker of mine, and business seems to be brisk. Working till 6 a.m. Even when I was working at the place he was at, even when I would have to do like all-night shifts. So I think I did about all-night shifts maybe 3 times, because sometimes I would start at 7 at night and then 3 in the morning. Not always, but that was always the case. Hello.
赵老师，来这儿开馆吧。
Hello.
这叫开馆。
Not exactly one-way traffic, but oh well, never mind. There's... Hello. Hello. Still, never mind. Go past Rosie's Bar. Got the Tyneside Irish Centre. Apparently, my sister and her fiance kind of had like their, not necessarily the wedding reception, but they had some sort of planning and stuff like that for their wedding and stuff like that. I think they had like a Swift off in the Irish Centre. I've never been in there myself and all that, but it's always, well, it's always open. I don't know if it's busy, but then you'll have to tell me. I think I spent more time in Chicken Cottage next door. Anyway. Oh. Never noticed that before. Usually those things never ever work. And of course, trying to cross the street here has always been a bit of a... Hello. Bit of a... Oh. And as you can see right there, giving off the slight orangish yellow tint, St. James's Park. Greatest football ground in the world. Slap bang in the middle of the city. And the usually I'll tell you an interesting story. If one of these days I am actually out here till 3 a.m, what you would notice is that actually the sky right here, the night sky, it would almost turn like a dark fluorescent yellow with a bit of a, it's like if you can imagine the Grinch puking and all that, it sort of would turn that colour. I don't know if it's just the light, the fog, the diet in general, of processed sausage meat and pastry, but that's what you get. Right, off we go. did occur to me beforehand about just how like large like the whole space and how much walking you really have to do around the city centre. It's not too bad. I mean, there would even be days where I would literally walk like all the way from home into the city centre for work. Not always, but usually when like the sun was out and it was good walking weather. Sometimes it would take nearly about 3 hours from start to finish. I mean, I enjoyed it, you know that, but it's just sort of by the time you get there, you're already sort of like worn out before you begin. Hello. See, there you are. It does work eventually. Anyway, let's make it back to Eldon Square, shall we?
We'll see you there.
Also, by the way, I did really want to mention it, but the reason why we didn't hang around the front of the gate for too long is because literally walking past, and by the time you get to the edge of the road, there was an uncomfortably very strong smell of gas for some strange reason. I've no idea what that is, but you don't want to hang around that for too long. Anyway, pass through the crowd here and wait at yet another set of lights. Okay, so this time from a slightly alternative angle, the Christmas markets, even at 8 o'clock at night. I do quite like it when, you know, the lights change and the monument does take on a bit of a different hue, to say the least. Let's see if I can actually... Great thing about this camera, you know, is that the zooming quality has always been crystal clear. Right, okay, and back to normal. Right, off we go. Yeah, so we just take a look from a different angle. It's possible that maybe more of these market stores were just all like open in meantime and stuff like that. Yeah, go across. Maybe we'll take a look at the other ones as well. Handmade Scotch eggs. Do quite like the sound of Scotch eggs. They're never as good as what they say they are, but we'll keep it rolling. I think some of these are like starting to close up for the night.
Where is about them?
Stuff like that, Portugal birds, stuff like that. At least the smell around the stores picks up and stuff like that, so there's not much. Especially the breweries and stuff like that. Spirits and liquors, whatnot. Yorkshire pudding wraps? Definitely not. Right. Right, anyway, back to the direction of big markets we go. It certainly seems as if like things have turned up and stuff like that, so we'll take a walk back. Sorry about that. Now there's big fight for a man with a mustache. Man with a mustache. And we'll just cross the road of our own cars. You know, Jesus is my steering wheel, and we're across. Seriously, I think at least half of the traffic lights in the city just don't work. You can press the button, you can keep pressing it, and you press it until the very end of time, and they still won't turn on. I don't even think the green man will even come out anymore. Anyway, moving on. it's funny when this happens. We can take a little stop back where it all began.
I don't know.
Is Skittles really, is this really where it started? Good question. I wish I knew the answer to that, but unfortunately I don't. Anyway. Anyway, and oh, old Bill are already out. Yeah, is it? Anyway, let's take a seat, shall we? Again. Oh, this is new. Must be that time of night already. Right. It's got to be a great place to have a sit down, have a bunny and whatnot after a lot. Actually, to be honest, I'm surprised there aren't any more like Greg's or 24-hour like burger vans just knocking around here. Good question. Wish I knew the answer to that, but I guess I don't. Right, so back we are again. Now, I had a little bit of time to think when I was walking through Stowell Street and sort of making my way back through Old Squares that what exactly is the idea for like doing future videos? Because the idea is that, first of all, if and only if we get to 100 subscribers, well, I think that's tremendous. And you know what? I don't want to really say subscribers. I want to say 100 new friends, because you never know, guys. The people who come here, the people who watch my videos, who see how I'm getting on and stuff like that. It's tremendous stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it's the whole real point of this channel, as of this moment, is not necessarily to just, you know, what's the word? Talk about sobriety and stuff like that, or even to try and get fit. It's about trying to transform my entire life for the better. It is a continuous struggle against a world that, in my opinion, is so cruel, and one in which decent people seem just sort of out of it, if that makes sense. They're sort of being outcasted, and you don't know where on earth you're meant to go. So sometimes one of the reasons why it's good to sort of like come out and film outside and to just sort of be amongst ordinary people and stuff like that is that because sometimes I generally do feel a little bit disconnected from the real world. I feel like I ought to be out here, you know, going to clubs and all that, and just, I don't know, having a dance and just being with a bunch of people and stuff like that. I feel this want to have like 1 foot in the outside world and 1 foot on the inside, and I generally don't know sometimes if I really feel comfortable in the other. I think I come across sometimes as a bloke who is never really happy in his own skin, and I don't know. There was a great inherency in terms of like dissatisfaction, and what is going on down there? Looks like some sort of stag do or something like that, but they're not really dressed for a stag do. And here comes the old Bill. Nope, they're going up down towards Mosley Street, so yeah, we should be all right. Like, I know there were like plenty of other audits, by the way, who would sort of like film on the other side of the street and they just sort of like interact with people or wait to see where it kicks off. It's not always really, I mean, there are plenty of people. There's going to be more knockout audits and whatnot than there's going to be guys like me. But you know what, if I could find my own lane and be comfortable, then it's just how it is. All right. Hi, not bad. Say hello. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know. Sometimes it's just how it is. But you know what? Sometimes it is just how it is. Oh well, let's see what happens next. Yeah, as I was saying before, if you just take a look around, everybody's like with other people and stuff like that. Everybody's like starting the night. Everybody's having a good time. Some people are just doing their own thing. And right now, I feel like I kind of half stand out for something like a sore thumb. I sort of don't really know why. It's just sort of one of those things, and it feels bizarre. And I feel like I ought to, like, I don't know, walk around and just start talking to people. But to be honest, I don't know, and it feels very, very strange. I feel like I ought to be doing something. I feel like maybe I should think about maybe like other auditors and stuff like that from around here. Because I honestly don't know what the auditing scene is like. I mean, I got a car and stuff like that, so I can give people a lift. However, is it just a matter of, you know, life being a bit dull, stuff like that? Surprised there's even, you know, still leaves on that tree, stuff like that. Oh well, I'm sure we could find a point to this somehow. I really don't quite know how, or don't know yet, but we'll find it somewhere, stuff like that. Okay, so in a very roundabout turn of events, literally just a group of guys came over and all that. They wished us a good night and all that. One of them even gave us a handshake, a very affirmative handshake. All right, brother? Want to say hello? Oh, never mind, eh?
Bonjour.
Bonjour. See, there you are. It's just, that's... It's probably for the best, you know. Like, I mean, to be fair, like, none of these people know who I am or anything like that, and there is an inherent satisfaction in trying to remain anonymous. Well, remain anonymous as far as, you know, the world is concerned, I guess. I mean, yeah, honestly, I think that's it's not enough put me in a good mood and stuff like that, because it's just a bit of a thing when you're sort of like on your own and stuff like that. You seem to draw more attention than if you're in a large crowd. You know, the old bill won't pick up or anything like that if you're in a large group, because, you know, they're just there to keep each other safe, keys, money, phone, plans to get home and whatnot, and you just. But when you're singled out, you're not all feel vulnerable. You're not all feel alone, and I don't want to say I feel like alone or vulnerable or anything like that. But what I am trying to say is that I just sort of stick out. Although, that being said, wearing a yellow hoodie under a leather jacket, you none off do stick out. I chose to dress this way, and including, you know, the mustache. Maybe it's the mustache that makes me stand out. Nah, it can't be. Even from a distance, you can't even tell if it's a mustache or not. And I got shaved and all that before I came out. It seemed to be all for naught, but there you are. Oh well, that's there you are. That's one of those things. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's walk a little bit further down Big Market. Let's see what we can find. The feeling alone working down makes me feel very, very comfortable. Hello. Is Pop World really that good? Oh, sorry about that.
I mean, I work here, but I still love it.
Oh, that's nice. Is it nice?
Yeah, I like it.
That's nice.
I mean, it's better later on. It's too early.
No, it's a bit too early for and all that, but cool. Nice. Oh, you too. Thank you. Yeah, I thought, you know, it's too early and all that. I thought, you know, bloke with a camera, it's too, you don't want to deal with all that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention munchies. You know, there's loads of little pop-up restaurants and all that. There's plenty of ways for people to get, you know, get fed and all that. All right, let's take a little walk down. I think we sort of went this way 2 weeks ago. Let's take a look. Behind. sure really where we're heading down, or yeah, I think lot more clubs and stuff like that down here. Never really again, wouldn't normally ever really come down this way, but you never know, guys. It's about the exploration, really, isn't it? Yeah, that right there has been saying 13 minutes past 12 for the last 6 years now. You would have thought they would have fixed it by now, but you don't have a ladder big enough for that. You have ladders big enough to put flags on things, but you don't have enough to fix a clock. Okay, so this will take us down like the bottom of Grey Street and whatnot, and then we'll keep walking up. And all that. So, evening. See? Right, off we go. Also, what is this? By the way, they call it a social club, but I don't even think it's even ever once been open. I've drive past that place so many times at night, which is a shame, really, because you know what? There's so many like great clubs and stuff like that around this part of the city, or certainly ones that I've never been in. So maybe there's a reason why. Look at that. Cocktail lounge, TV, live music, outdoor theatre. Outdoor theatre, you don't hear that every day. Anyway. Right, let's we'll go past Liberty. I can't believe I'm like decided like opposite head of steam and stuff like that, and now we're just sort of wandering aimlessly is the phrase I'm going to use, and we'll just, I don't know, head back to Big Market again. I don't know, again, we are just aiming in some direction and for some other reason, I don't know. Oh yeah, I forgot the Mile Castle. It's like some sort of rave and all that. said, that's like that's a shot to be proud of right there. Let me see if I can just sort of like get a better glimpse right there. Again, still got lettuce, never been in there. I don't even think to check out even what the reviews are even like for this place, but they've got to be good somewhere. You know what I mean? Anyway, up the street we go. Nice, up we go. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. Once again, as we just sort of like sit outside the bench opposite Hooters for like the third time tonight, it is as you may know, I picked up the footage and all that when I was sort of like heading down the streets about 5 minutes ago. Or the first thing I heard, everything else is saying is that he's got an F blank ing camera, and I've no idea what the cursive language was and all that, and I don't really know what it was about. But yeah, to be honest, that's the sort of thing that people do get any day of the week, whether or not you got a camera or not. And honestly, if I'm honest, what's the point in using language like that? Really, the profanity is like, the profanity is one thing, I guess, but it's excessive and there's no point in it. Hello. So yeah, no idea what the language is for, but I'm assuming it's not going to be the first or even last time I hear it tonight. Well, at least the van's open and all that, and everything seems to be ready for business. And it's about 8:30 right now, and we'll just see what else happens. Surely there's got to be somebody else to go on and stuff like that. So we'll wait and see. Just myself and all that. Hello.
Fair enough.
Oh well, it's you see again. It's just once you explain it and stuff like that, it's just how you got to be. It's there's no trouble. Nobody's doing no harm to nobody. I mind my business and etc. So there we are. Also, I'm starting to get the impression, I'm glad I didn't really catch it on camera and all that, but sometimes when you get like the taxis on the other side of the street and literally even one person is going like a mile below the speed limit, they can absolutely, what on the hell was that? I just saw two lads on a bike and all that, and they're in full camo and all that, and they look like they're about like, they look like militiamen and stuff like that. What on earth was all that about? I used to think that those sort of things didn't even exist here in the northeast, but been proven wrong before. I can at the very least say, you know what, it's none of starting to like. Almost forgot there was a back to one of these things, and yeah, seems like things are picking up, and always cool. Always nice and cool that things are starting to pick up, and yeah, it's it looks like it's going to be a pretty cush night. I think the action is starting to begin. Well, as certainly the time has gone on, and I've had sort of like, in fact, if I'm being completely honest, I haven't even really had time to collect my thoughts. More than anything, I'm just sort of like sitting here on a bench in Big Market, nearly 9 o'clock at night, and the only thing that is going through my mind right now is not only what am I doing here, second, it's not off starting to pack up with people already, and 3, I feel like anytime I do like any sort of movement whatsoever, I feel like the whole of the Northeast is literally looking at me. And I don't know why that is. Is this just... Is this just... Do I really have... Is my social anxiety just really that crippling, or am I genuinely, like, lost and beside myself? I mean, I don't even want to have anything to be frightened of. You know what? I really don't, and it feels just mad. What have I got to be frightened of? I'm sure once you actually get started to talk to some people, it would be alright and stuff like that. And yes, he just sort of left feeling a little bit frozen to the spot. I do not know what on earth it is or what on earth is going on. But let me take a look. Seriously. See? There's almost like nothing to be frightened of. It's just a load of people, and they're just sort of going about their business, you know what I mean? Some are heading into the clubs and stuff like that. Some are just getting on with it, and I have no idea why it's like so hard to just get on with it. And the old pillow out already. Right, okay. Now I feel like this is where it happens. This is where it all changes. Oh man. Okay, so yet another little addition into social anxiety. You know what? Just straight up standing here right now, literally anyone ever comes past, everybody sort of looks very weirdly in my direction and stuff like that. And I honestly I don't really know why, and I honestly I'm a little bit lost and stuff like that. Are you all right? No, I'm filming me. I'm filming me. The camera's on me. Well, when I was sat there, the camera was facing me. No. Oh well, see, never mind. You know, again, you know, things like this happen and stuff like that. But I didn't even do nothing wrong. So what have I got to be worried about? Yeah, it's and I've seen people come down on Rosie Street anyway. Well, Big Market anyway. So you know, what's the don't know exactly what the charge is or anything like that. But yeah, maybe I want to think about. Do I want to pack it in? Like, well, at least for tonight. I've no idea. It just feels a bit of a not bizarre, but I kind of feel like, I don't know. I'm beginning to feel like, you know what? Being on my own and stuff like that, and being alone are like starting to manifest itself in some very, very bizarre way. And I don't really know what the reason is, or if it's something I should just talk about separately and stuff like that, because, and sometimes just try to even get out into like large spaces and stuff like that, it's making me feel very very uncomfortable for whatever reason. No idea why that is, but there you are. Hopefully more to come, or you know, one of those things. Right, okay, a few more minutes have passed, and to be honest, I've got to like make a decision about 10 minutes time, because just I honestly have no idea what's even the point of sitting out here. It's getting late, and hello. Yeah, if you want to, yeah, sure.
What's going on?
YouTube and all that. Come on then, you're on the side, dude. See, professional I am. There you are. Hello. Okay, hello.
Right! I've got 5!
You hear that, lads? He's got 4. I don't know what he's got 4 of. Oh, I see. It must be like popular for like stags and stuff like that. And yeah, he's got it all. He's got elephant feet. He's got the a bride, Anthony Eden. It's an acquired taste. And final night of freedom. And listen, I get it. You know, but surely you want to like dress with a bit more, you know, pizzazz and whatnot. That seems a little bit more Pacific and whatnot, specific. Yeah, so again, it's just another night here in the big market, and if anything, that's made me feel a little bit better. It's just, oh well, see how it is. It's just sometimes I was half expecting a little bit more, not so much friendlier faces, I don't know, but nobody is in the mood tonight, but oh well, that's one last time, and then we'll see if we'll call it a day or something like that. Okay, so it's now just gone past 9 o'clock, and I think it's that time of night when the place is starting to like possibly fill up a bit more. Crowds are starting to like form a bit more, and the old bill is starting to like come about, because I know it's another Friday night, and you know what, it's just how it is. Maybe the bars around here do some sort of like Black Friday deal or something like that, although I wouldn't exactly know why they would do it, but what can you do? Just seems to be one of those nights. So yeah, I don't know, I'll give it a few more minutes, and then I think we'll be off. Not entirely sure what else to expect, but oh well, another Friday night, and hopefully everything goes swimmingly and stuff like that. You know, nobody gets injured, nobody ends up in the nick for the night, nobody is on, you know, bread and water or anything like that, so everything should be alright, sir. Alright, sir? Yeah, don't worry, the camera's not on you, sir, so you're perfectly fine there, sir. There you are. Now I know, again, some people will just be like, you know, they'll have them in the shot anyway, because you know what, it's you know, it's just a public place and all that, they won't care. If they don't want to be in it, you just got to ask nicely, and you know what, you'll be surprised that you can actually get very far in this world by just being polite and having a level of you know, civility and stuff like that. We're living in that sort of bizarre day and age where civility and the ability to be civil is just words, and they don't really mean anything. Sure, yeah, you know, people still have the capacity for stuff like that. It's just not everybody adheres to it and stuff like that. I don't know. You be the judge, and I'll be the case. Once again, I am prepared to say that all things considered, it's I don't know. I think I'll probably turn it in right now. I can at the very least say it probably wasn't as good as it was 2 weeks ago. I can, however, say on a more decent note is that just actually I don't know if there are many decent notes and stuff like that, because most of the time it's just sort of been trying to get over about whether or not I even know what I'm doing out here or anything like that. But you know what, we'll just take a walk back. Hello. Take a walk back. Right, brother?
I'm not just as church out to Tennessee. We're just wondering what you're recording.
Oh, I do a lot of stuff for YouTube and stuff like that. And
Like a
it's
documentary
just,
kind of thing.
yeah, it's kind of like if you see the audience and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, we just.
Yeah. Do you want to say hello?
Ah, definitely, no way.
Say hello.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, go on. I'll turn about. There we go. Hello. Yeah. Don't worry, the camera's on me most of the time anyway.
Before we go with the camera, we couldn't see which way you were facing nose off.
Why do you do that?
It's just. So a lot of the stuff I talk about is actually trying to get over a tremendous social anxiety, and some of the things I try to do is actually get outside and stuff like that. Try to, yeah, professional. You see, don't do TikTok or any of that. Professional. No, that's fine. It's good. That was good. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Again, professional. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. See, you know what I mean? It's just. Sometimes, you know, misunderstandings like that happen. Sometimes it's just, you know how it is. Maybe it's just one of those days where I feel a little bit more confident than before. I don't know. It's alright. But not bad.
Hello.
Hello everyone.
What's your name?
Jim.
Jim. My name is Hugo. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Enjoy your night, sir. That's it. How are you? Want to get in? Go on, say hello.
What's up, man? What's up?
Bedwell massive right here.
Come on, man.
Not even from Bedwell, are you?
Newcastle on the top.
What's it? Do it for YouTube and stuff like that. You see, what I do, right, is like, because I've got like this huge like social anxiety issue. Just get outside. Just try and interact with people. It's what it's all about.
That's really good.
Yeah. Do you want to like switch? I'll show you YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so there we go. I think that should just about do it for tonight. Yeah, a little bit of a strange one because it was just about trying to conquer a sort of a fear that it's strange because the whole thing about anxiety and stuff like that, it feels like one of those phobias that it doesn't really exist, but it does exist every so often, and sometimes we just, I don't know, you either, like I said before, you can and do and stuff like that. Hello. And that's just sort of what this night has been. There are those who can't or won't, while I am one of those people who certainly can and do. So, with all that being said, hope everyone enjoys tonight, this Black Friday night, and I will see all of you guys again next time. Thank you.